So the Prague 2026 Pokemon Regional was held last weekend, and a gentleman named Franciszek, I hope I've pronounced that right, came third with Team Rocket's Mewtwo. We're just going to go through the deck and discuss the cards, essentially. So he's playing two copies of Team Rocket Mewtwo, which is the big hitter of the deck. Or even though it does hit for big damage and can one-knock a Dragapult when used in combination with maybe either a Max Belt or Lily's Clefairy, it's not necessarily the Pokemon that you're always going to attack with the most. It can hit for big damage, but more often than not, the Pokemon that we're going to be hitting with the most is Spidops. It acts as a good one prizer. If we have 6 Team Rocket Pokemon in play, it can hit for 180. If we stick the Max Belt on it, it can hit for 230. It can one-knock basic Pokemon EXs, Versandipity. It can go for Meowth. So it can pick up easy prizes, as well as be an easy Pokemon to just bring up being a stage 1. It also has the charging up ability to whack an energy from the discard pile onto itself, which is great because it's not just the grass energy, it's any basic energy. Obviously, playing the 4 Spidops means we have to then play the 4 Tarantula. Tarantula is quite weak in the deck in the sense that it's got 50 HP. So if we don't have Team Rocket's Articuno out in play, it will die to bench damage from Dragapult. Team Rocket's Articuno obviously protects us from Dragapult's effect, meaning our opponent can only put damage counters on evolved Pokemon. So more often than not, they're only going to hit Spidops. So 2 Articuno, essentially just so we can guarantee having one on the bench. We never want to prize one, and if we do, we have the second. 1 Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Again, if we have Lily's Clefairy in play and we have the Team Rocket energy on this can one-hit a Dragonpult. The reason I keep mentioning the Dragapult matchup is it was around 40% of the decks in the room at the Prague Regional. I'm convinced that's that Franciszek had that in mind when he was building this deck. One Pokemon card that I understand why it's being played, but you could probably maybe put something else in. I mean, I was debating whether to put Sneasel in, is Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet, I assume, is here for the Rocket Mirror attack. Basically, you know, for 1 Team Rocket energy, move all damage counters from one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they've hit us with maybe a Dragapult or maybe another big hitter but hasn't quite knocked out Mewtwo, we can bring up Wobbuffet to the front bench, stick a Team Rocket energy on there, hit back for as many damage counters on the Mewtwo, and heal the Mewtwo that way. It's also obviously a single prize card, so if we take out a double prize card or even a triple prize card with this, they're only getting 1 prize card in return. I've mentioned this a few times, but Lily's Clefairy seems to be a staple at 1 in a lot of decks just to help counter the Dragapult matchup. Obviously, the ability makes dragons 2 times weak to Psychic, so that makes it weak to Mewtwo, Wobbuffet, and Mimikyu, which is great for our deck. We have to be a bit careful when we play this card because it does shut off certain effects of other Team Rocket cards. Onto the supporters, 4 copies of Lily's Determination. Every deck in the format is playing this. If we have 6 prize cards remaining, we shuffle our hand in and draw 8. But if we have less than 6 prize cards remaining, we still shuffle in and draw 6. So it's a good hand refresher. Moving on to the Team Rocket specific supporters, still playing 4 copies of Ariana. Now, I think it's fine to play this. It is what we should have been doing the whole time. I've been playing variations where I was playing 2 of this, maybe 3. But yeah, we just need to be able to see a supporter turn 2 to just draw more cards. We want to be able to get Proton on our first turn, load the bench up, and then just draw more cards afterwards. So 4 Ariana and 4 Lily just maximizes the ability to do that. Arguably the best card in the deck, Team Rocket Giovanni. This is just prime catcher for Team Rocket Pokemon in a supporter. So we're playing 3, but we also have another 4 ways to search this with Team Rocket's Transceiver. The card's brilliant and will help you, similar to how Boss's Orders win so many games, just let you win games easier than most, because we can also retreat out and bring up one of our other Team Rocket Pokemon. 2 Team Rocket Archer. This is the pseudo unfair stamp of the deck. I do love this card. Obviously, when our opponent knocks out one of our Pokemon, both players shuffle our hands back in. We draw 5, they draw 3. So we can really put the pressure on keeping them low on resources, as well as maybe regurgitating our hand with new cards. Only the 2 copies of Team Rocket Proton. I think the reason that this is at 2 is we want to see this first, and we don't really want to see it again going second, or going in our second turn onwards. As I say, we do play the 4 Transceivers, so we're pseudo playing 6 copies of this card in the deck. 1 copy of Petrol. It's just a utility card, really. There's many times in games where you'll be like, I want to get my Maximum Belt, I want to get my Brave Bangle, I maybe want to get an Ultra Ball, or even Team Rocket's Factory, just to refresh on new cards. So 1 is fine, and as I say, we played the 4 copies of Transceiver, so it's sort of like we're playing 5. 4 copies of Ultra Ball. We just want to be able to search the deck, get as many Pokemon as consistently as possible, and be able to power up Spit Ops to hit for as much damage as possible. Night Stretch is brilliant. Obviously, we can recycle the Articunos if they go to the grave, so we can bring them back to protect our bench. Mimikyu comes back from this a lot, and we may even use this to bring back Tarantula or Spit Ops just to keep that engine going. 2 Energy Switch, absolutely love this card. Brilliant with Spit Ops. Use Spit Ops to power itself up, get a basic energy from the discard onto itself, and then in niche situations, you may even put a Psychic Energy onto Spit Ops and then Energy Switch that onto the Lily's Clefairy, so we can then actually attack with Lily's Clefairy. 1 copy of Bug Catching Set. I think this card was slowly cut by Franciszek, if I had to guess, and they just had 1 space left towards the end. It's an odd one because we only play 5 Grass Energy, but we are playing 9 Grass Pokemon, so more often than not, we're always going to find at least 1 and probably 2 cards. But yeah, it's basically a Great Ball on steroids in the sense that we can get 2 cards. 2 copies of Brave Bangle. Make Spit Ops hit for up to 210 damage, which is enough to knock out Pheasantipity, Meowth, Lily's Clefairy, so we can just take easy 2 prize cards at a time. The A-Spec, as we say, is Max Belt. Being able to put this onto Mewtwo makes Mewtwo automatically hit for 210 damage by itself, which again is enough to knock out Pheasantipity, Lily's Clefairy, and Meowth. Then, if we are using Mewtwo's effect, we can then discard another 2 energy on top of that to do another 120 damage, taking the total damage output to 320, which is enough to 1-knock Dragapult. Moving on to the stadium cards, we just play the 3 copies of Team Rocket Factory. If we've played a Rocket supporter, we get to draw 2 cards, and it just helps us bump annoying stadiums such as Thingy Tower, which erases all abilities of our Poké Tools, or maybe even our opponent's stadiums that are putting damage counters on our Pokemon. 4 copies of Team Rocket Energy. This is just to solely power up our Team Rocket Pokemon. More often than not, Mewtwo and Mimikyu, but there will be the odd time where you'll put this onto a Spit Ops. It will feel bad because you're not getting the full use out of the card, but at the end of the day, it is an energy. 5 copies of Basic Green Energy. Again, this is the one thing that I thought was maybe a bit low in this. A lot of decks up before the regional, we're playing 7. But we are also playing the 1 copy of Psychic Energy, and this is more so just to be able to just to be able to put this onto Lily's Clefairy, again, whether that's manually putting on it or maybe using Spit Ops in combination with Energy Switch. Overall, the deck's really cool. I mean, I really like the Team Rocket archetype. It's fun to play, and it's just something else than you going to a tournament and playing Dragapult mirrors all day. Anyway, guys, if you like this content, if you want to see more decks that have come from bigger events, let me know and we can talk about them in a bit more detail. Cheers for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.